Hi, my friends. Today we're gonna continue covering another big question in this number one on the College Board platform, and you will find the link in the description box. Question number 10: the solution to given the system of equations is x and y. What is the value of x? You have to know that system of equations mean simultaneous equations, and simultaneous equations means in the same time. That means the value of x and y will satisfy the two equations in the same time. And to solve this system of equations, you have to know the degrees of the two equations. And the two equations are of first degree. And hence we have two ways to solve them. We have elimination and substitution method. And here it's more easier to use substitution because the value of y is given directly equals to negative 3x. And now it's simply that in the second equation I can substitute instead of y I can use 3x. And now it's simply 4x minus 3x equals 15, so each x will equal 15. And now it's so clear that the correct answer is C. And the question also may ask you about the value of y, and you get x now, so it's so simple to get the value of y because it equals to negative 3x, so negative 3 times 15, so y equals negative 45. Question number 11. Which of the following equations is the most appropriate linear model for the data shown in the scatter plot? As you see, the scatter plot gives us appropriate line. If you join these points all together, you will get a straight line. And which equation represents this straight line? You have to know, my friend, that we have many forms for the linear equation. One of them is called the slope form. You will find it in this way: y equal mx plus c. M is the slope of the line, and c we call it the intercepted part with y-axis. And you have to know what is the slope in this case. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it zero? Is it undefined? You have to know that. And for explain this point, suppose the xy plane, and after you draw the line, you find it in this direction, like that, or like that, or like that. In this direction, it means that the slope is positive. And if the line after drawing in this shape, in this direction, that means the slope is negative. And if after drawing you find that the line parallel to x-axis, that means the slope equals to 0. And if after drawing you find that the line perpendicular to x-axis, that means the slope is undefined. And from the drawing we know that the slope is negative, so this number must be negative. And now the intercepted part is with y-axis. Take care, C is the intercepted part with y-axis, so you will find that C is positive. And now C must be positive. And now we can check the answer. Here the slope is negative, so correct, maybe. And but y is not. Y is negative, so the first is not correct. And the second, the slope is negative, and the intercepted part is positive, so 3 is the correct answer. And we have another way to solve this question. You can find a point, coordinate of a point, and use its x and achieve its y. To understand that, we're gonna take a point. For example, we're gonna take this point, unknown coordinate. This point, the coordinate of it is x and y. The value of x is 1 and the value of y approximately 8.9. So I'm gonna use the x in each equation here and find the value of y, and the most appropriate value will be the correct answer. And here is the steps, my friend. We use x equals to 1 and then we calculate the value of y for each case, and the most close to 8.9 is number B is the correct answer. The last question today, the graph of y, which is f(x), did that before y equals f of x, is shown where the function f is defined by f of x equals ax power 3 plus bx power 2 plus cx plus d, and because the degree of this equation is 3, so the graph will be cubic function. And the question here, for how many values of x does f of x equals to 0? F of x means y, and y equals 0 if the point lay on the x-axis. So any point here on the x-axis has a value of x equals to 0. So this point, its value, its y value is 0. This point, its y value is 0. And now, where is the point on the curve that has a 0 value for y? That means the intersect point with the x-axis. So you will find that we have 3 points intersected with the x-axis. Point number 1, which is -1 and 0. Point number 2, which is 4 and 0. Point number 3, which is 7 and 0. So the answer is 3. And you may ask me a question. Is it possible that the graph go back and intersect x-axis again? The answer is no, because equation is not alternate. So if you continue drawing this graph, you will find it go up forever and go down forever. That's all, my friends. See you next time. Goodbye.